Hello everybody, this is zombierecon. Today bringing to you Anchorhead, the first game in PCGamer's top 50 free-to-play games. What I know about this game is that it's a text-based adventure set in HP Lovecraft's universe. Now I'm gonna be honest, I don't know a whole lot about HP Lovecraft as an author, nor a whole lot about his works. I do know that there is Cthulhu and the Great Old Ones, and I know there was an anime based off it, and I don't really want to talk about it because it was super awkward and weird. But hopefully, this game or book or interactive novel, whatever you want to call it, gives me a nice intro because it could be interesting. I don't know. Anyways, it starts with a quote. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. H.P. Lovecraft. Now, I feel like that's been said already. It's kind of a platitude, but you know, somebody had to say it. Alright, so it says any other key to begin or press R to restore. Alright, so let's start this up. November 1997. Period. You take a deep breath of salty air as the first raindrops begin to spatter the pavement, and the swollen, slate-covered clouds that blanket the sky mutter ominous portents amongst themselves over the little coastal town of Anchorhead. Now, I don't really know what portents is. I'm tempted to look it up after this, because I could probably use more in-depth vocabulary. Squinting up into the glowering storm, I think that's how you pronounce it. Glowering. I'm gonna go with glowering. You wonder how everything managed to happen so fast. The strange phone call over a month ago from a lawyer claiming to represent the estate of some distant branch of Michael's family was bewildering enough in itself, but then suddenly whirlwind of planning and decisions, legal details, and travel arrangements, the packing up and shipping of your entire home, your entire life. Alright, so the way this is phrased makes it sound like we're playing as the wife of Michael, and you're being put into a super shitty situation. Now suddenly you are after driving for the past 2 days straight over 1,000 miles from the familiar warmth of Texas. Alright, moving from Texas, pretty great. Moving in general, pretty shitty. Getting ready to move into the ancestral mansion of a clan of relatives so far removed that not even Michael has ever heard of them. And you've only been married since June, and none of this was any of your idea in the first place, and already it's starting to rain. Alright, that sounds fucking shitty. So, the way this is phrased is that she's only been married since June, so a few months minimum, a year maximum, and she's thrown into this stupid fucking situation. Man, I would divorce right away. Not gonna lie. That just sounds like way too much baggage, literally and figuratively. These days, you often find yourself feeling confused and uprooted. Amen, sister. You shake yourself and force the melancholy thoughts from your head, trying to focus on the errand at hand. I thought it was melancholic, not melancholy thoughts. Then again, I'm not an English major, so that's probably right. You're to meet with the real estate agent and pick up the keys to your new house while Michael runs across town to take care of some of the paperwork at the university. He'll be back to pick you up in a few minutes, and then the two of you can begin the long, precarious process of settling in. So this asshole brings you to a brand new town and immediately abandons you. Whoa, husband of the year. Well, what can I say? Also, why is he going to the university to get some paperwork? Does he work at the university? It's kinda awkward that he's going there in the first place. A sullen belch emanates from the clouds, and the rain starts coming down harder, fat cold drops smacking loudly against the cobblestones. Shouldn't it be snowing in New England at this time of year? With a sigh, you open your umbrella. Welcome to Anchorhead. Alright, so she's in New England. The town's called Anchorhead. She moved from Texas with a deadbeat husband. Already off to a great start, what can I say? So let's continue. The first day. I was far from home and the spell of the eastern sea was upon me. H.P. Lovecraft. wonder if does that contextually make sense, or did they just throw in a random quote? Because honestly, I don't know. It feels a little random, not gonna lie. Also, it's the first day. I wonder how many days there are gonna be. What if there's just like 50 days? This would be a long ass game. Holy shit. Oof. Anyways, outside the real estate office, day one. Anchorhead, an interactive Gothic by Michael S. Gentry. Alright. Don't know what Gothic means in this context. I'm assuming like a type of novel. Thank you, Michael S. Gentry, for writing this. Should be useful because it says type or help or about for some useful information. Gotcha. Outside the real estate office. I already said that. Apparently, I don't have to read this top bit. Gotcha. A grim little cul-de-sac tucked away in a corner of the claustrophobic tangle of narrow, twisting avenues that largely constitute the older portion of Anchorhead. Like most of the streets in this city, it is ancient, shadowy, and leads essentially nowhere. just like your life. The lane ends here at the real estate agent's office, which lies to the east and winds its way back toward the center of town to the west. A narrow garbage-choked alley opens to the southeast. Alright, so we're going to want to go to the real estate agent's office, which is to the east. So let's type in east. Alright, that works. Opening the real estate office door first. It seems to be locked. Can I knock on it? On the sky. How optimistic of you. Alright, never mind. I guess I'm leaving. They said to the west is another area I can go, but it basically winds itself back towards the center of town. So let's just see what happens. Narrow Street. As the lane winds along from east to west, it narrows until the steep, jagged rooftops on either side of the street practically touch each other. To the south, the side street leads across Waitley Bridge towards the center of town, and the twisting lane leads up to a hill to the northwest. A short flight of steps to the north leads down to the local watering hole. In the distance, you can hear a lonesome keening of a train whistle drifting on the wind. So I'm going to want to go down to the local watering hole. Hopefully somebody's over there, but I honestly don't know. Okay, so watering hole isn't like a fountain. It's a bar. Gotcha. I was not expecting that. Local pub. A dank, drafty, old drinking hole lit by flickering, oil-burning lanterns. Smoke collects in the greasy pools among the rafters, and shadows crowd thick around. The bar runs the length of the room to your right, while to the south a low doorway opens onto the street. Mill workers and fishermen occupy a few of the tables, drinking beer or puffing grimly at long-stemmed pipes. Each is wrapped in his solitude, soaking up the general miasma of dreary fatalism. The lantern sitting on the table nearest you sputters fitfully, throwing distorted shadows across the wall. Let's talk to one of these gentlemen. Alright, about Michael's family. Suddenly, although you wouldn't have thought it possible, the pub becomes even more icily silent. Even the lantern flames seem to pause their flickering. The nearest of the local turns towards you, squinting through eyes like black glass embedded in his ancient leathery skin. Am I about to get killed? I have a feeling I'm about to get shanked. Ugh. His lips barely seem to move beneath his salt-encrusted beard. Some things best left alone by outsiders, ma'am, he rasped. Some things best left alone by decent folk altogether. Back in one of the darker corners, someone spits deliberately on the floor, and then all eyes are back on their beer. It's as if he didn't exist at all. So, I'm pretty sure I'm not an outsider, because I'm moving in. So I don't know why this guy is being a complete asshole about it. Also, it's not great that he's acting so cautious about this subject, because that means the family is evil and going to kill me. Why does everything want to kill me? I don't know. I guess we should leave, because that's about all I believe I can do there. Actually, hold on. Drink. What do you want to drink? Alcohol. Chocolate milk. You can't see any such thing. Alright. It was worth a shot. Alcohol. That's not a verb I recognize. You're kidding, right? This is a bar. Alright. Whiskey. Alright, whatever. Leave. You have to specify a direction. Gotcha. South. As you make your way to the door, your foot strikes something under one of the tables. Look. Alright, that's just giving me the synopsis of what I've already read. Grab? What do you want to grab? Table. That's hardly portable. As you make your way to the door, your foot strikes something under one of the tables. So, if I can't look at the thing, and I can't grab the thing, let's try going south again. As the lane winds in the blah 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 watering hole. I guess I'll go towards the center of town. I'll have to remember that there's something at the bar that I can possibly interact with. Waitley Bridge, a hoary monument of crumbling moss-eaten flagstones. Waitley Bridge is possibly older than any other structure in the entire city. Ponderously, it spans the dark, torpid waters of the Miskatonic River, connecting north and south halves of the city and occasionally raining bits of gravel and mortar from its underside into the water. It looks just wide enough for two cars to pass each other between the flanking stone parapets, but you wouldn't volunteer to try it. So it's telling me I can't cross this bridge. Go north. I'm gonna try it anyways. Nope, not gonna let me. To the south side leads twisting lane, watering hole. East. Outside the real estate office. And then there's a narrow alleyway around here, so I'm gonna want to go through that to the southeast. See if I can't get inside this real estate office. This narrow aperture between two buildings is nearly blocked with piles of rotten cardboard boxes and overstuffed garbage cans. Ugly, half-crumbling brick walls to either side totter oppressively over you. The alley ends here at a tall wooden fence. High up on the wall of the northern building, there is a narrow transom-style window. Yell. Come now, you're not that frightened. Now, I meant more yell at the window. Talk about Michael's family. There's no one to tell. Man, she really just wants to tell everyone about Michael's family. Great. I guess I will go north. The window is too high. Alright, south. You can only exit the alley to the northwest. The rain slackens off momentarily to a weak drizzle, then returns afresh in a brief freezing downpour. Okay, that's just fucking rude. I get that I'm not actually making any progress, but you don't have to summon the power of weather to rain all over me and give me pneumonia. Come on now. It's northwest. I was actually about to say salmonella, which would be really unfortunate if rain could give you that. And leads essentially nowhere. Winds its way back to the center of the town to the west. I'm going to go to west, and then I'm going to go to north, and then I'm going back here, then I'm going south, and then your foot strikes something under one of the tables. Check. What do you want to check? Table. Check. Foot. Check. Floor. You see nothing special at your feet. But it says your foot strikes something under one of the tables. Is it just a random fact that I'm not supposed to pay mind to? Just kind of like, ow, I stubbed my toe, what the fuck? Let's try going north. The exit is to the south. Well, I don't want to leave, so let's try west. Talk. The locals studiously ignore you. I'm not really getting anywhere here. No, I pretty much went to every direction I know. I guess I'll go northwest, because it says there's a hill, and I haven't gone there. Winds up narrow. The lane narrows here to little more than a badly cobbled sidewalk as it wends its way up through a series of tortuous bends and switchbacks. In some places the street is so steep that steps have been cut into it, worn down over the years and slick with moss. Your progress is blocked at the top of the street by blank brick wall. Alright, I get it. This game doesn't want me to progress. I think that's enough for Anchorhead. Not gonna lie, I'm fucking terrible at text-based adventures. Probably because that was before my time, and I haven't had much exposure to them. But hopefully, you enjoyed it enough to check it out. I know I probably won't be returning anytime soon, even though conceptually this seems pretty interesting. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later.